Yes, in this video we will be looking at ratio. What is a ratio? A ratio is comparison of two variables, two values. So just like proportion, it compares values together. So what do we need to know about ratio? When we have something like 2 ratio 3, a ratio is synonymous to fraction. So 2 ratio 3 is the same thing as 2 over 3. So a ratio is also synonymous to decimal. So since it is fraction, we may take it to decimal as well. So but we are not interested in taking it to decimal here. So just let's understand that a ratio compares two fractions, and ratios are better in their lowest term. So that leads us to what we call simplification of ratio. So when we want to simplify ratio, that's 12 ratio 15. 12 ratio 15 when simplified, do not forget I said a ratio is something as fraction. Now become 12 over 15, which can be reduced by dividing by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. So and that gives us 4 ratio 5. So a ratio is same thing as fraction, and it compares two values. So when we have something like 2 ratio 3, 2 ratio 3 is same thing as 2 over 3. Or we have 1 ratio 2, 1 ratio 2 is same thing as 1 over 2. And do not forget. Yes, in this video we want to simplify ratio. Like I said in previous video, a ratio is a fraction, and do not forget that ratio is not limited to key stage 2 alone. So in fact it cut across key stage 12 and all these things. If you are doing exam like WAEC, NECO or JAMB, you may see even after you see your ratio questions in it. So some questions are, but the higher you go, the trickier the question becomes. So but for lower key stage, yes, it's quite easy. I know for them too, they may see they will need to apply their tricks to get it done. So in simplifying ratio, do not forget a ratio is a fraction. So how do we simplify it? So if you want to simplify your ratio as a fraction, which it is, you take it to the lowest term. So if you have 18 ratio 24 is same thing as 18 over 24. 18 over 24. So you now think of what can divide it. So what can divide both of them together? So you think of 6. So let's divide both numerator and denominator by 6. So by the time you divide it by 6, that becomes 3 ratio 4. So 3 over 4 rather, and 3 over 4 is same thing as 3 ratio 4. So meaning that this ratio in its simplest form is 3 ratio 4. So the same thing we have here, 50 ratio 70. How do we simplify it? To simplify it, you write them on each other as a fraction. That's 50 over 70. Then you divide by 10. I think 10, yes, 10 is a good factor here. So 10 divided by 10 divided by 10. So that becomes 5 over 7. And that is same thing as 5 ratio 7. The ratio is a fraction when you take it to the lowest term, or even if you leave it the way it is, it's still a fraction. So and the third one that we have here, that is 12 ratio 15. So the same way we've been solving others, so you can try to solve these for clarity and mastery. Please do not forget to subscribe and like the video, and you can share with your friends as well, so that they can also join this journey in mathematics. Math is the easiest subject in the world. I hope you know that. Thank you. How do we express ratio? How do we express a figure as a ratio of another figure? So if you have the figure, you just write them side by side and you reduce to the lowest term, just the way we did the simplification of ratio. But in this case, in the question we have on the board, we have in the class of 30 children, 18 are girls. What is the ratio of boys to girls? So if you check this video very well, if you check this question very well, you will see that the ratio of boys is unknown. So to get the boys, first you can do the total minus the girls. So that means the boys first will be equal to total, that's the total, minus the girls. At least that will give us the the boys, right? So that means our boys will be equal to total, which is 30, take away 18, so meaning that our boys is equal to 12. So, and do not forget that our girls are given. So if boys is 12 and girls is 18, so girls are 18, boys are 12. So, and the question says that what's the ratio of boys to girls? So to do that, you just do your boys ratio girls and you reduce to the lowest term. So boys are 12 and girls are 18. So let's reduce to the lowest term. So we can divide both of them. So we can divide both of them by 6, I think. Yes, 6. You divide them by 6. So we can divide both of them. So 6 here will give us 2 ratio, 6 here will give us 3. So that means the ratio of boys to girls is 2:3. Thank you for watching. These are to just express figures as a ratio of another figure. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Other pair of the value that we have. So that is like looking for the other pair of the value, like we have the ratio given. So and the values are flours and sugar. The other pair, the fraction of the flour is given, and we are looking for the other pair. So if you have a question like this, what will you do? You write them side by side. So do not forget the values we have. We have the flour, and we have the sugar. So you write their ratio side by side. So their ratio side by side. So the ratio is 4:1. So and which of them do we have? We have the flour. So that means we have a flour to be 8, and we are looking for this sugar. So if you have a question like this is just a simple way of solving it. So simple way of solving it. So the two values you have, you just divide them. So divide these two. So try to divide these two. Okay, you do this divided by this. So that's 8 divided by 4, and whatever you get, multiply it with this, right? So that's our working will just be 8 divided by 4, and that is 2. Then we'll do 2 times 1, and that's 2. So that means we need 2 cups of sugar for 8 cups of flour. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and you can share this video with your friends who will definitely need to learn more on ratio. This is another question on ratio and finding the other pair of ratio. So like in this question we have the ratio of cars to bike in a park is 5:7. If there are 35 bikes, how many cars are there? So the way to solve it, you just write your two variables which you have, you write them side by side. That is first is car, the ratio of car to bike, and the other is bike, yes. So the car is 5 and the bike is 7, so that's the ratio. So the first value is the first first variable mentioned, while the second value is the second variable mentioned. So that's how we do that. So and the question says that if there are 35 bikes, so that means our bikes are 35. The question asks that how many cars are there? So we are looking for the cars. So just write them side by side like this, and you try to divide these two that are given. So that's, you divide these two values. That's 35 divided by 7, which is going to give us 5, and you do 5 times 5, and that's going to give us 25. So that means the cars are 25. So that's how to get questions like this done. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Yes, in this video we'll be talking about ratio sharing. So how do we share ratio? So there are many questions that may involve sharing of ratio, finding someone's portion, or finding someone's share. So how do we find someone's share in ratio? First thing to do when you want to find someone's share is to find the total of your ratio. So first, let's do the total. So the total of our ratio is 3 plus 4 plus 5, and that's equal 7, 12. Yes, that's equal 12. Then after we found the total, then we now start to look for the children one by one. Let's call this person the first child. This is the first, this is the second, and this is the third. So you take their ratio, one by one, then you put it on the ratio. So that's the first child. So that's going to be the first child's portion, which is 3 on the total, which is 12. Then multiply by 84 over 1. Then you divide. So that means 12 here 1. 12 here I think is 7. Yes, 7. So 7 times 3, 21. So that means the first child will get 21 oranges. Okay, so the second child, now let's calculate for the second child. So the second child will be 4. That is 4 over 12 times 84 over 1. So that's for the second child. So 12 here 1, 12 here 7. 7 times 4, that's 28. So that means the second child gets 28 oranges. And the third child, the ratio is 5. That's 5 over 12 times 84 over 1. So we divide as usual. So that's 12 here 1, 12 here 7. 7 times 5, that's 35. So the third child will get 35 oranges, and that's the largest share. So to know if our answer is correct or wrong, you may add all the shares that you've shared. So let's add together to see. This plus this, that's 4, and this plus this, that's 8. So we are definitely correct. Because one will be taken here. So we are very correct. So that's how to share your ratio. And do not forget to just practice more questions. Like this video, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching. Very good. So we are reading what is on the board. Hold on. Hold yourself. Are you clapping? Yes, let's have our pointer. Let's go. Okay, so let's look at more words together. So in this video, I want to explore an advanced WAEC, NECO, or JAMB standard question. So if you are preparing for any of these terminal exam, I believe this video is cute for you. So their style of giving ratio is like this. So let's have this question. Two numbers are in the ratio of 7:9. If 5 is added to each number, the ratio becomes 4:5. Find the number. So in this case, we are looking for the number. So to get started, do not forget that the ratio is a fraction. So just like we have 7:9 is the same thing. It means 7/9. So in this case, the number we are looking for, let's make it to be x. So the meaning that we have 7x. So that means our ratio, let our ratios be 7x. So let the ratio be 7x and 9x respectively. So our solution is going now. So that means our ratios are 7x and 9x. So, and do not forget their fraction, and we were told that if 5 is added to them, so they become this. So that means we add x to them. So when we add when we add 5 to this 7x, it becomes 7x plus 5, and if we add 5 to this, it becomes 9x plus 5. So now let's explore our ratio that way. So that will be 7x plus 5, okay, divided ratio 9x plus 5. So everything will be 4 over 5. Then at this stage we solve it with the knowledge of algebra by cross multiplying. So an opening bracket. So now let's cross multiply first, then we open the bracket. So that becomes 5 into bracket of 7x plus 5, bracket close, is equal to 4 into bracket of 9x plus 5, bracket close. So then at this stage we open our bracket and we'll collect the like terms to find our x. So this becomes 35x plus 25 is equal to this will be 36, yes, 36x plus this times this, that is 20. Good. So I believe you know how we open the bracket. We just use this to multiply this first, and we use this to multiply this next. So the same thing we did here. So, and that's what we did. So at this stage we collect the like terms. Let's collect the like terms. So that becomes this x comes together and the others go to each other too. So that means that our 35x, yes, yeah, good. So our 35x minus 35x minus 36x will be equal to 20 minus 25, yes, minus 25. So when we take away here, this will give us negative x. Do not forget this is positive, so positive is smaller than negative, so that becomes negative x is equal to negative 5. So we divide both sides by negative. So when we divide negative on both sides, then our x is equal to 5. So that means that if 5 is added, so we can check. Let's check if our answer is correct or wrong. Let's check. So that means the 5x, the 7x here, like we have, that would be 7 times 5, which is equal to 35. Good. And our 9x will be equal to 9 times 5, which is equal to 45. So we're told that if 5 is added to them, and their ratio becomes 4:5. So let's add 5 to both of them. So this plus 5 and this plus 5. So let's add 5 to them. So that becomes 40 over, yes, 50. So 40 over 50. So we'll take this ratio to the lowest term. You will see that they become 4:5. So that means we are very correct. We are very correct with our working. So meaning that our x is 5. Our x is 5. So the number we're actually looking for is 5. So these are to solve this type of question in case you see it in your WAEC, NECO or JAMB question. It's quite easy. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and you can share this video with your friends. Thank you. Okay, in this video we want to look at another JAMB or WAEC like questions, so which is what we have on the board. So we've solved the first one, and you can watch the video on the first one, but this is a little bit trickier than the first one, because in the first one the same amount is added to the value. I mean, the same amount is added to both variables, but in this one, only one variable has something added to it. So let's check. So water and kerosene are mixed in the ratio 3:5. If 8 liters of water is added, the ratio becomes 1:1. So how much kerosene is in the original mixture? So in this one, we are looking for the number of kerosene that is in the original mixture. But do not forget to get started in your solution. So you let both your initial ratios be having x. So let them have x. So let them have x. So you multiply them by x. So that means let them be 3x and 5x and 5x. So do not forget that this 3x stands for the water and the 5x stands for the kerosene. So that's the DPK, dual purpose kerosene. So now the ratios, do not forget 8 liters of water. If 8 liters of water is added, so that means for this one we'll be having plus 8. So plus 8 divided by 5x will be equal to 1:1. Then we'll solve it algebraically. So that becomes 3x plus 8 divided by 5x is equal to 1:1. So that's what is going to give us our x. So now let's go on. Let's proceed. So we cross multiply just what we did in our previous video. So that means this multiply this and this multiply this. So that means we write this first. So that becomes 5x is equal to 3x plus 8. So we'll collect the like terms. So because 1 multiplied by this, 1 multiplied by this give us the same thing. So we just have it on a linear equation line. So we'll collect the like terms. So that becomes 5x minus 3x is equal to 8. So this becomes 2. So that is 2x is equal to 8. And our x we divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2 by 2. So that means our x is equal to 4. Our x is equal to 4. So this is what we did, 2 here 1, 2 here 1, and this here 1, this here 4. So that's how we got our x to be 4. Now let's check if what we have gotten is correct or wrong. And do not forget that the question even says that how much kerosene is in the mixture. So the kerosene that is in the mixture is going to be the kerosene in the mixture. The kerosene in the mixture will be 5 multiplied by 4. So because our x is 4, so that means 20 kerosene is in the mixture. 20 kerosene is in the mixture. So but to check, let's check if our answer is correct or wrong. So that means when 8 is added to the water, 8 liters is added to the water. So now let's check. So what fraction of the water do we have? So that we see if the ratio is going to give us 1:1. So for our water is going to be 3 times 4. 3 times 4. 3 times 4, whatever we get, we add it to 8. So let's see if it's going to give us 20. So because we are told that when 8 liters is added, it's the ratio becomes 1:1. So that is equal ratio. So what's 3 times 4? 12. 12 plus 8, that is 20. So that means we are correct. So we are correct. So you see that when you reduce this to the lowest term, you will arrive at 1/1, which is 1:1. So that means we are correct. We are correct. So the x here is 4, and the amount of kerosene in the mixture is 20, and the amount of water in the mixture is actually 22. No, it wasn't 20. The amount of water in the mixture was 12. So the amount of water in the mixture in the previous mixture was 12. So and what makes it to be 1:1 is when 8 liters is added to it. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends and like the video. Thank you.